Uganda has reopened schools for the first time in 2 years, marking the end of the world's longest school closure. Ugandan schools have closed down from March 2020, and most students have not had access to education or any learning materials given that it is a developing country. Considering the gaps in education that most children experienced during the shutdown, the majority of parents are keen on seeing their children return to school. While many schools welcome 3 children return to the classrooms, a low turnout has raised concerns about the long-term impact on education. The government of Uganda imposed a lockdown as a preemptive measure to control the spread of COVID-19. This action saw all schools and education institutions close, and over 15 million children have been locked out of school with no certainty of when they will reopen. But now students in Uganda can now have a sigh of relief after the government issued a directive to reopen schools today, and thousands of students flocked in schools to resume their studies. While schools were closed, some lessons were offered through the media, while students from well-off families were able to access online classes and home tutors.
Nyumbani tulikuwa tunapitia kwa temptations mingi. Sasa venye tuko shule, at least tutakuwako na amani na tutapata elimu nzuri.
I would like to see the government discussing about fees, because we have been doing nothing. We have been just digging, but fees. Let the government discuss about fees. So for us, we are ready to be here. So we are going to learn. We are serious. And so far, we are going to do everything as we want.
Teachers have been trained by the government on school-based surveillance of COVID-19 to prevent the outbreak of the virus among students. Teachers fear that students who took up manual jobs to support their families through the pandemic may not return to schools.
Nimeshaenda kwa training ya psychosocial support. Sasa walimu wako tayari na kazi imeanza. Walimu na wasaidizi wengine wa shule wote wameshapata chanjo ya kwanza.
I must be having about 600 children in the school out of 1,400. It's a big turn up, and they all entered even before, by 7 in the morning. A number of children were already in the school. Surprisingly, even the newest ones were also here as others that. So I think people are getting interested and they want the school.
The closure of schools affected millions of primary and secondary pupils, which has lasted 83 weeks. Children's rights groups have criticized the extreme length of shutdown, warning that closures have far-reaching consequences for learning and put vulnerable students at higher risk of child marriage or forced labor. Reporting for Ebru TV, I'm Arnold Msali.